Another sure sign of fall is frog on the water. That's right, frog on the water. Lots of fog on the water. Look at that, will you? There is no mountain across over there that you can tell right now. This is one of the tournament fishermen's worst enemies right here. Probably dreaded just about as much as wind. We hate wind about as much as anything in the world. But what this means, and this happens early in the morning, just like right now. 59 degrees out here, by the way. 59 degrees, 48% humidity. And if you look, it's just simply foggy. That's all there is to it. It's foggy. As you look out through the woods, you look across the water, you can't see very far across the water. Dead calm. You know, we don't have to worry about the wind, at least not right now. It may blow later, but not right now. But you look down through there, it's just, it turns into white. This means for a tournament fisherman, that you just sit and wait sometime till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, which takes precious time away from you. And, you know, actually, my camera is beginning to pick up a little bit of mountain across the way, but I don't really think it is doing that. I don't think it is picking up the mountain because I can't see it with my eyes. I think it's just, I don't know. The camera is not seeing the fog near like I am. But what a great way to start out another week. It's with fog. We haven't had that. We have no animals in the yard. But we have a froggy morning. Yes, starting another great week at the Eagle. One thing, the heavy fog definitely does not stop. It's the early morning feeding at the Texas Hunter feeder stand. There's more deer on the outskirts coming in. The turkeys beat the deer there this morning, big old gobbler there. And it looks like that, it looks like most of the bucks are there as well. And along with a doe or two. I don't see any of the babies out there. They're mamas, but look at them coming running back in the woods back there. Look at them coming running. Is that cool or is that cool? Yes, sir. That is so special right there. If you live around where you have deer in your area and you like to have deer around your house, you like to see them, one of the best ways to do it, if it's legal, and it is in most of the southern states, some of the northern states it's not. Many of the states you can have a feeder, but you can't hunt around them, which is fine. But a lot of the deer will come around and eat it around the bird feeders. They'll eat at the bird feeders as well. So even if you just have bird feeders out, which is legal, deer will come around. But if you got a Texas Hunter feeder out there, then those are a couple of wild bucks coming up. See those real dark-looking bucks coming up in the back? Real dark-looking wild deer coming up there. But as you have the deer come up, I can't really zoom in much on that picture without losing focus the way that fog is out there this morning. I don't know how many bucks are out there, half a dozen or so at least, maybe more. A bunch of turkeys in there eating with them. More bucks coming up in the background. Look at all those bucks back there. I don't know how many bucks are around. Of course, when you have girls around, you'll have boys. That's just pretty much true in any species. Certainly true in the deer. But a foggy morning, no animals around in sight. Until the feeder went off. Those are some really big wild bucks back in the background. You see those two back there? They're kind of easing in here. They've been here before. They know that the food's here. But they're very cautious coming in. Oh, there's a baby. There's one of the babies right there. Yeah. Maybe both of the babies. Yeah, I think there's two babies there. Oh, yeah, two babies just came in. Another big wild buck out there that doesn't kind of want to, he's a little nervous about getting up there. That's a pretty good bunch of deer out there. Roll the focus in just a little bit, and maybe it still won't blur up. The fog is beginning to lift just a tad. Still quite a bit of fog out there. Mostly on foggy mornings, deer do not move very much. But when they heard that Texas Hunter feeder go off, there they kind of trying to run those off down there. It's another big buck. And what that deer there, his head's behind the... See the difference in the color. Lots of different colors of deer out there. The younger deer and are lighter color, but they turned into deer. Pretty much all the spots gone off of that baby right there. That baby right there, pretty much all the spots have gone. Everybody's moving around trying to get them some food. Big happenings. Big happenings. Not a rainy day in Georgia, but it's a foggy morning at Twin Eagle Ranch in southern Oklahoma. Since we've added the humus oil to these tomato plants here, they have improved dramatically. One of those plants is still looking a little bit rough, but they have improved dramatically. And one of the things that's happened is the leaves are really got a prettier green, darker green. And the other thing is we're starting to have quite a few buds showing up on these. We'd had no buds at all on these. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little over 6 foot up from the ground. And I know they're not 6 foot, but these over here come up to about 8 or 9 foot on the height. And these have quite a few buds on them, but no tomatoes. We still don't have any tomatoes here. And Apache was just tying up to the stakes there a little bit more. And but whoa, hey Apache, we do have tomatoes. We do have tomatoes. Here's a tomato right here. That tomato doesn't look very good. It's sort of split, but you can see we have a tomato. There's a tomato right there. We have one on that plant. See this tomato right here, Apache?
Oh yeah.
See that tomato?
Yes, sir.
Well, we should have. I wanted that great.
Little one right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh yeah, a little tiny one right here. Little tiny tomato right there. Zoom in on him, make him a little bit larger. And he's on the really big plant. This big plant in the middle is the one that's the biggest. It seemed like that would get tomatoes on it before any others. Oh, look over here at these two. Here's two over here as well. There's 2 tomato plants, 2 tomatoes right there, and those are pretty little tomatoes right there. So we're gonna have quite a few tomatoes.
And there's one that's hanging out. Look, there's one right there.
Oh, here's another one right here, yeah. So when you get to looking around now, as they get larger, of course, they're a lot easier to see. And but there's another little one down here too. So there's quite a few. As you get to looking around, there's another little tiny one right there. So we have tomatoes. We have tomatoes. And I'm sure there's another one or two there that we're not seeing. As you look around, you see those buds turning into tomatoes. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Well, here is a bad situation. Up at Miss Piggy's stand. Up to Miss Piggy's stand, a limb that broke off fell down, and this feeder was right beside the stand and took the brunt of a big giant limb. It fell over on the side of it, knocked it down, and it pretty much demolished it. Now I think that pretty much everything in here is probably okay in this, except the outside of it. I'm pretty sure that all of the inner workings are probably good, but I'm gonna call my friends over at Texas Hunter down in San Antonio and tell them what happened. And but you can see it knocked that thing over. This is a big limb. If it had fallen on the stand, and that's a big Texas Hunter Wrangler stand, about a $4,000 stand. So it's a really, really big stand, good stand. And there's another limb hanging up there that might fall on it. So I think we're gonna have to move that stand. We'll go take a look at it and we'll show y'all and see what you think. Well, I haven't seen them in a few days, but there they are. Some of our Canada geese that like to come around the house. I don't know if they've been up in the yard and I didn't notice them up in there or what. It's a beautiful fall day. It's about 80 degrees. It's not cool. It's not really hot. Humidity's about 62%, so it doesn't take much work out here to work up a sweat. But I'm unfortunately not out there on the lake with those geese. I'm doing book work. Back work, Jimmy, what's wrong with you? That's just a fact of life. I hate to admit it. Don't you tell anybody I said that, but that I was doing book work. Let's just keep that a secret between you and me. But I have lots of book work to do. I have lots of emails and texts to write, lots of videos to do, lots to do. At some point in time, I need to retire and be like those geese. You know, geese mate for life, just like I've done. And just simply bob around out there on that lake, paddling my little trolling motor, power pole move trolling motor. I don't have to paddle my little feet like they do. And make sure I'm taking care of my lady. Wouldn't that be nice? Please see the problem. And that one limb fell on that feeder. Hey, you already put a new feeder over here. That's good. That's the old one we had up there? Yeah. Put the charger over there on it and everything. Cool. I see the problem, and I think you're right, Apache. Of course, that could have been that tornado. I don't think that struck by lightning because it's not black. I think it was the tornado that probably just twisted the top out of that tree. But I don't know. I think that part, I mean, obviously, that part right there, if that falls, that part right there falls, and there's no way we can cut it and let it fall because it's going to fall right on top of that stand. That big tree right there is going to fall right down on it. I think we're going to have to move the stand, and because we move that feeder and put it anywhere around in here. I'm thinking that all we need to do is move it just a little bit.
Yeah, move it to the front again.
Get it up this way a little bit. I mean, it's fine. Well, did you see all the deer when we pulled in here?
Yeah.
There was about 6 or 8 right out in front of me and some more of them right over there. So they love this area. Look at all those big pecan trees down. That's the tornado did that tore up Sulphur, Oklahoma. And all these trees went down and no trees fell on that stand and none fell on the feeder that was here. This is a different feeder. The other feeder I showed a picture of this morning of that limb that was coming off of this side right there. You can see that's twisted, Apache. Yeah. See how that's twisted right there, and it finally broke and fell down on that feeder and ruined the feeder. The solar panel was okay, and controls and a lot of stuff was okay in there, but it definitely ruined the feeder, so we're going to have to get in touch with Texas Hunter. But if that one falls right there, it's definitely... Look at this where we put the salt lick down there, a big hole in the ground right there. Yeah. But if that falls, it's going to fall right on that stand. So I'd say we're going to have to take that ladder off of it and move it a little bit. Yes, sir. It's been a little over a week since Chris and I have been up here to see how our one row of seeds have done. We had watermelons when we was up here the other day, so we're going to check out and see if we've got more watermelons. And it looks like that the seeds we planted have very definitely, without a doubt, spread. Look at those right down the center of that aisle, right there. That's exactly what's happened. And we've got a lot of stuff come up on the wild outside. There's a nice watermelon right there. Now, that might be a cantaloupe. I don't know. I think it's a watermelon. I don't think we planted any cantaloupe seeds. And we got some other stuff have come up, though, you know, that just came up because we put the waterless garden down and the substrate accelerator on it. Now, Apache came up here. We got lots of buds going there, lots of buds going on that. See all those buds going there? So we're fixing to have things happen right here for sure. If we don't get a frost, you keep in mind, this is the end of September, so anything could happen. Definitely not the time of the year. Definitely not the time of the year to be planting the last week in July, 100-degree days every day. But we did anyway, because we just wanted to check this out and see. And plants have came up on the outside where we just simply spread the waterless garden. These are right in the center of what we planted. Definitely watermelon right here. That's one of them we got come up. There's a little baby melon on that right there. Little baby melon there on that. That's a small plant. Hasn't spread out much. And there's another little baby melon there, a little tiny one. And we probably May have quite a few. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a melon. There's a melon down there, and a melon over there. We got lots and lots of baby melons popping up on these plants. And stuff growing way off over here where we simply spread the humusol. Now we didn't plant anything there, we just simply spread the humusol. There's one of the ones that we saw the other day when we were here, getting quite a little bit larger. But there's watermelons really popping up. That's even a bigger one yet. And a bigger one yet. Look at there. That watermelon's getting on up there. And it's just the plants going, taking off out through there. And you notice it's taking off right about going out the direction right where that waterless garden is. Definitely going to be using waterless garden in all the garden now, without a doubt about that. But as we go down through here, we find watermelons on just about every single plant. We get off down here to the end. We got a plant going off over here. And I thought I saw a watermelon there. Maybe I didn't. Oh, there's a little bitty one right there. There's a couple, 2 or 3 on that. But it's looking good. That's about to turn into a watermelon. So looking really, really good. Really, really good. So there we go. Humusol waterless garden. If you're going to garden this next spring, or if you're going to have plants in the house or flowers in the house this fall, as soon as this stuff hits the market, get you some. Well, I want you to look at this. I want you to take a look at this. Here is a wild okra plant that has come up. An okra plant that has come up, and look how the size of that okra plant. But look at the okra that's on here. This okra is ready to eat. It's ready to pick, ready to eat. Look at that. Look at that. And now we didn't plant these. These came out from some okra that was laying here on the ground. And a watermelon right there, as a matter of fact. One watermelon right over there. Okra, and this watermelon, this okra, look at the size of that. That is almost too big. Nice 2 little tender okras right there. Look at that. Is that special? Is that special? Oh my, oh my. I can't wait to plant next spring's garden. I hope we get our I lost the word for it. Our greenhouse. Yeah, some color house. Get our greenhouse made. We'll plant some stuff in there that might get through the fall. But isn't that something? Now this is stuff that, look how far out this is right here. Look how far out that is right there. That's a watermelon. It's got a little tiny watermelon on it. And this thing is way off out here. The wild's over there. That's a good 4 feet away. And yet this is growing. And okra coming up out here. Just from okra that were laying on the ground and the seeds that was in the okra. So that's pretty incredible. I guarantee you that's really, really something. Amazing. Bunch of wild turkeys right here. Look like a bunch of jakes. There they go out through the woods right there. Yeah, it's a big bunch of jakes. You see them going off out through there. They were walking down the road right here. Probably about 12 or 15 of them. Bella! You see them off going out through their woods. Kind of hard to see. There we go. There we go. Probably about 10 or 12 jakes. Going to be a nice bunch of gobblers right there. You see them as they go out through the woods. Always something exciting when Chris and I take an evening ride. Even though we went to look for the damage done to the feeder. Hopefully move that dam around. That on a hill, I can't let off the gas. Very nice, very nice. Those jakes were at the house here the other day. I haven't seen them lately though.